Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Time segment tonight. Plenty on the table, so let's get right to the sage of Southern California. Who's in New York City this evening, preparing for the Boulder Fresher show in Westbury, Long Island on Saturday.
Also making my dramatic stage debut at Lincoln Center in a new one-man show about Mayor Bloomberg called I Twerp. I twerp.
Are you playing the mayor?
Well, listen, I have to go in for early prosthetic work where they fold your legs back up under and you get the knee feet on like Tim Conway in the golf videos. So you can come out and look like the mayor.
You know, Miller, I'd like to park my car in New York City occasionally. Could you get a lesser on the mayor?
All right,
just a
he's
little
a great
down?
guy. He's the best tiny man since
he's going to tow it to Staten Island. I'll see it next September.
Have you ever seen Beckel, that hangdog, about having to shovel guano? I mean, he usually is a happy warrior, man. He looked beat up, didn't he?
Who, Beckel tonight?
Yeah, Beckel.
I don't know what he does. It's too frightening to contemplate.
All right,
you want to talk? Let's go Christie Obama down the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
I was looking for Bruce Springsteen, didn't see him, but the buddies were there again.
They're cute. They're cute together.
Are they?
They're like it's like Danny Zuko and Sandy in Greece. They're so cute together.
Who's Sandy?
Well, of course.
Who's Olivia Newton-John? Which
well,
one?
She's a little chunky in this one, but obviously he looks up to her. He wins her a plush doll. It's exciting. And, you know, Obama throws like a girly man, so it's nice to watch Christie. Look at Chris. It's tough for him to get into the reflected glory of anybody because I know he's also had the stapling done, and I think Obama likes to come in and ask him if he can figure out a way to staple Biden's mouth shut, work at that end of the alimentary canal. But
now, why do you think the president takes time? I mean, obviously they're doing the Sandy thing and all of that, but this is a photo op to help him.
Yeah, but any president would do this. This is a sitter at the net. Yeah, I think it's a sitter at the net.
You think so, with all the scandals and everything, and maybe trying to sort those out?
Especially with the scandals, for God's sakes.
You really think? But does it help President Obama to be seen with Christie? Or does it help Christie to be seen with Obama?
When Clinton would get caught bonking, he would bomb an aspirin factory. At least this guy's just showing up at the shore.
There is a diversion factor, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it mean anything to either.
They both get served like this. Right. You know what I mean? Also, Christie gets some vig out of it because he looks like an open-minded guy.
And he's running again, and he needs a lot of Democratic votes.
But and also, Christie, when you're north of 400 pounds, I'm not being mean, but you've got some insecurity issues. So maybe he likes being with a popular kid. I think that has something to do with it.
Or the Greece thing that you and that. Okay, now. As you may know, Eric Holder, Miller thinks, is really Stedman Oprah's boyfriend. You think they're the same person, right?
I don't think they are.
You're positive that they are. Okay.
He wants out of there. He wants to marry Oprah.
So is Stedman going to resign?
Stedman at this point doesn't know whether to emit CO2 through his nether regions or wind his watch. He's so screwed up. But the fact is, once he did the Mark Rich thing, he's a made man. It's like the mob. Yeah. He's like Billy Batts. So he'll go when he wants to go. But before that, he's going to look them in the eye and say, listen, I did the dirty lifting on the Mark Rich thing. I'll go when I want to go.
Let me just explain that the worst tax cheat in American history, Mark Rich, is in Switzerland, got a pardon by Bill Clinton on Clinton's last day in office, which was engineered, they say, by Assistant Attorney General Eric Holder.
Yeah, so he's a made
Stedman,
man.
What's his last name? Graham?
Stedman Graham, in mob terms, is a made man.
Right.
They can't throw him out. He knows, forget knowing where the bodies is buried. He buried half of them. So they got to keep him in close until they can exit him out in a graceful manner. That's my feeling.
But you do think he's going to go eventually?
Yeah, everybody goes eventually. Obama's going to go eventually unless they give him a third term. But Stedman, I'd keep him right there. He's a stick in the eye to guys like me, and he's manna from heaven for the people on the left who dig being a stick in an eye to guys like me.
Do you believe that President Obama, in the long run, with these three things now, is going to be damaged beyond repair? So he's a lame duck for the last 3 years, not going to have any influence at all? Do you believe that will happen?
Well, he's been the world's most highly praised lame duck for 5 years now. What's he got done except push through something called Obamacare, which I believe Democrats will eventually do in of their own volition when they find out it involves a photo ID to participate in the program. But what has he done? He's been a trifle, and now I'm to the point 5 years in where he has to look me in the eye, and to get off on all these accusations, he has to say, I wasn't malevolent. I'm clueless.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm clueless. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Do you believe that, though?
No.
Do you believe he knew?
You remember the Phil Hartman sketch called the Mastermind, where he played Reagan, and people would come into the office to visit Reagan and go, "Oh, hi, this is my desk, that's the rug."
This was on Saturday Night Live.
And then
right.
they'd leave the room, and he'd go, "Okay, everybody in, sit down," and he'd turn into
And that's what you really believe?
That's what Obama is.
Yeah,
sure.
you think he does know what's
Oh,
happening?
Billy, come on. It seems like you cannot pitch yourself as the guy who knows everything and then all of a sudden go, you know, all wobbly, as M. Thatcher would say, when it comes time to knowing the important things. Of course he knew.
Dennis Miller on the loose in New York City. We'll see you in
Hey, what
Westbury
happened to the Gitmo Spa?
Saturday.
We're talking about the spa?
We're going to do the spa next week. This is too important. I don't want to dilute it.
The Saudi Arabians are going to put Al-Qaeda in spas. One
Right.
man's waterboarding is another man's green tea nasal irrigation flush for
Save
140.
it for next Wednesday.
You always forget. That's why I had to shoot it
know.
in.
I'm old. You
Good
gotta
luck at
remind
the
me.
Little League field tonight.
On deck.